Alright, so discussion 10 in Intro to Philosophy. Today it's mind body materialism discussion, and we're going to be trying to approach prompt 1. Why might we think materialism is true? And the expansion of that is, what are some reasons for thinking the mind would have to be some kind of material or physical or process to the extent that it exists? So, is the brain a physical part of the brain? So, is the mind a physical part of the brain? Or is it the brain itself? So, in order for materialism to be completely true, we would actually have to find the science to interact with our brain's subjectivity, right? You would be able to see my view of the world. That's like one of the problems with with the materialism approach. But one of the reasons why there is some real weight to it is because it does answer questions like why people function differently when they experience brain injury or post-traumatic stress, or some sort of, or intoxication. Some sort of actual physical change to the brain actually affects the way they are as a person. So it does hold weight to that. But in the argument of dualism, like, it doesn't explain dreams, it doesn't explain hallucination, it doesn't explain the purely subjective thoughts, it doesn't explain why we can act out of context of our normal character. It doesn't quite explain free will. So, like, that's, kind of my feelings in a nutshell. There's things it doesn't explain, but there's plenty of things it does explain. And I do think that there's going to be a theory that kind of covers both aspects. And I think that's what we kind of need, is a bridge theory that brings in both aspects, that the physical state of our being directly affects the mental state, which we see through things like, I guess, life coaching. Like, I see a lot of life coaches talk about this kind of stuff, how mentality can affect the body. It's also a very military thought process about how when one thinks with discipline, they act with discipline, so on and so forth. When you act with discipline, you think with discipline. Go back and forth between those two things. Like, it's a lot of material to really unpack in a short discussion, and I think I might try to unpack it in the presentation a lot better in some of my broader thoughts. But yeah, like, it has good sound evidence around it. It doesn't have all the answers. But dualism, just like dualism, has sound arguments, for it, but it also doesn't have all the answers. I personally do like to side with materialism just a little more.